God's blessings to you on this day, coming from Vicar Mark, from the elders, from the Board of Administration. We have some good news today. Some good news about public worship at Open Arms Lutheran Church. We are going to begin public worship once again, Sunday, June 14th. We will start with two services, one at 9 o'clock and one at 10:30. These two services, rather than one, give us a chance to worship the same number of people, but because of social distancing and spacing, we'll have fewer people in each service. And so that's the thought besides doing the two services. So you can come to either service. They'll both basically be the same, so there's no difference in the two services, but just trying to spread out the number of people over the time we have available. Each service will be about 45 minutes, and that gives us time between the services then to clean, to prepare for people to leave safely and for people to come in safely. At all times, if you come, wearing of a mask is required. It is required for all those who come to worship and for all those who come to help with the worship services. Now, you personally may not think it's important or helpful for you to wear a mask for your health and your situation, but for many of our members, it is very important. It's important that everyone wear masks for the comfort of others. And it's a small sacrifice, really, for you. For instance, if you're one who doesn't really care much for wearing a mask, it's a small sacrifice we're asking you to make for the benefit and the love and the care of another one of our family members, of your neighbor. It's a God-pleasing thing to do, for sure. Paul talked about this in Romans 14, verse 20, and he talked about it again in 1 Corinthians 8, verses 9 and 13. Sacrifice of something that you are available, legally allowed to do, but not doing it for the good of a brother, for the spiritual good of a brother. So if you'd like to read those verses, you might find it helpful if you struggle with this. But we're going to require that all folks who come wear masks. Now, during the service, if you're not speaking, singing, coughing, sneezing, if you're not getting up to go to the bathroom, during those times, it's okay to remove your mask while you're listening, for instance, to my sermon. It's okay or to the Bible readings. It's okay to remove your mask during those times, but when you begin speaking, when we begin singing, please replace the mask for the care of others. If you don't have a mask or you forget to bring yours on Sunday morning, we do have masks available, so just let us know as soon as you can, and we'll get those masks to you if you need them. We will be singing. So we're going to have a few musicians to lead us in singing, and so that's all part of our plan as well. Now, all the doors are going to be propped open before you arrive, and the plan is that you won't have to touch anything as you come in. Find your place to sit and sit, and then when you leave, again, you won't need to be touching things other than if you need to go to the bathroom or if you need to adjust your chair in some way. That is our intention and our plan. The bathrooms are going to be available. Of course, if you need to use the bathroom, we have to always practice social distancing, and we need to really pay attention to cleanliness, hand washing, wiping down surfaces that you might have touched, and so forth. All that stuff has to happen, but the bathrooms are going to be available for your use. We're going to also require that all socializing does not happen in the building. It's perfectly fine if you guys want to stand around and talk to each other afterwards or between the services, but it really needs to happen outside, and it really needs to happen, again, in groups 6 feet apart from each other, and 6 feet apart from the folks that are walking to their car and the folks that are walking in. We just have to honor all of those distances in all situations. We can't stand around and talk in the Welcome Center, which is our habit. We can't stand around and talk in the church proper, in the building space proper, because people also need to be moving out and coming in. We're just going to ask that all of that go outside, and we ask that you respect that and honor that as well. When you do come into the building, you're going to find groups of 4 chairs put together Each group will be 6 feet apart from other chairs, other groups. If you're coming in a group that is 4 or less, just pick a cluster of chairs and sit there. If you have more than 4 in your group, just grab a chair from another group. If someone's there, of course, again, 6 feet social distancing. We all know about those things. Just pull that in, and suddenly you got a group of 5. That's great. That's great. So we think that will work well, and that allows us to have enough groups of chairs to accommodate. We're planning somewhere around 45 people at each service. So that's kind of what we're visualizing as we go in. On the chair, you'll find a bulletin. You'll find one of these small plastic communion kits that has the wine and the bread in that combined. You'll find that. There'll also be a napkin there for you. And that's what you will find on your chair. Now, if you don't need, you're not going to use the communion kit, we ask that you just put it under your chair, out of the way, and we will collect those after the service. So just leave it there. That'll be great. We will be making a plan. We have a plan to allow for gluten-free bread, gluten-free wafer instead of what comes in the kit. So if you would let us know, me or your elder know, that is something that you're going to require, that might give us a little bit of a count so we can know how to do that. But we'll have those available in a little plastic bag so that that can be respected and honored as well. Then we're going to ask you that you take with you whatever you use during the sermon service, your bulletin, if you use the communion kit, the napkin, that you take those things with you as you leave. There'll be garbage cans set up that you can dispose of those things on your way out, or you can take them home, of course, if you care to. But that will reduce the things that others have to do between the services. So we'll ask you for that help as well. There'll be an offering place where you can come in as you come in or as you leave, that you can put your offering there. So that will be accomplished in that way. And then between the services, we will be cleaning all these areas. We'll be cleaning the chairs that were used. We'll be cleaning the bathroom surfaces and door handles and so forth like that. So that's what will be going on between the services to make safe and confident worship for the next group coming in. The 9 o'clock service will be recorded, and we will post that service as quickly as possible on the internet, online. So if you're not able to come, we're going to have that resource available. We can't say specifically yet exactly when, but as soon as possible we will do that. And we probably will send an email to let you know that it's available. We'll work through those details, but do know that you can still watch and listen to the service even if you're not able to come. So please be confident of that as well. So hopefully this gives you a little sense of what we're going to try to accomplish and how we're going to do it. Please feel welcome to contact me or your elder and talk about something that you misunderstood, or maybe maybe we missed completely that we didn't think about. Please share that with us if you have any of those ideas or comments. We'd love to hear that, and it'll help make it, again, our first priority is to make it a safe and respectful to each other, an environment to come together in a safe and respectful way. That is of utmost importance, and if your comment can help us with that, we'd be very blessed to have that comment. So in the meantime, give thanks for God's mercy. Give thanks that this pandemic seems to be lessening in its severity. It's still very dangerous. There are still many people who are sick, so pray every day. Pray healing for those who are sick and struggling with this. Pray protection on all of those servants who are caring for people who are dealing with this pandemic, and pray for safety for all others. Constantly be in prayer that our merciful God would continue to protect us and care for the children that he loves so very, very much. May the peace of all passes all of our understanding that comes only from God keep your hearts and minds strong in faith in Christ Jesus. Amen.